Okay. Awesome. Okay. Hey everyone. We're still getting some people in, but we have a lot to do, and so we're going to get started. Welcome to tonight's Cogno Hour. I know I say this every time, but I really do mean it. I'm so glad that you're here because this class isn't just about giving you a cool experience. It's about showing you what it looks like when real transformation happens fast, simply, and without all the energetic drain most healers are used to. Whether you've been following Cognomovement for a while or this is your first event, you're in for something completely different. We're not talking mindset shifts. We're not talking therapy. We're not even talking energy work as you've seen it before. We're talking about changing the actual signal that's been running the show, the loop your nervous system's been stuck in, and what happens when you dissolve that loop in minutes. Now, I know some of you are already wondering, could I actually learn to do this? And here's the part I love to say, you probably already are. You're the one people go to for advice. You always just know what to say, but maybe it costs you something. You walk away drained, you talk on other you take on other people's stuff. Sorry, I was choking earlier. Um, you're trying to heal them through you, and that's exhausting. The practitioner program was built for people like you, not just therapists, not just coaches, though we have plenty of those in the program. This is for anyone who's ready to stop guessing, stop absorbing, and start helping people change for real without losing themselves in the process. And the two people who created this work, well, they're the ones who you go to when nothing else works. They've trained practitioners across the world, spoken on Gaia Coast to Coast, the Shift Network, and helped thousands of people shift longstanding trauma, cravings, and chronic issues, some of which we literally can't talk about on the internet. They are deeply intuitive, wildly brilliant, and constantly discovering new ways to make impossible things possible. So please help me welcome Liz Larson and Bill McKenna.
Right.
I keep hearing someone's phone buzzing.
That would be mine. It's everybody on our website coming to, it's notifying me, but I'll turn my mic off.
Well, hey, everybody. So tonight's topic is really fun. We're talking about inside the practitioner training program and Cognomovement. And we're going to be doing something that we've never done on a Cogno Hour call before. In fact, we just don't do it publicly that often, but it is a Cognomovement facelift. Right? Can you believe it? I know everybody's like, oh, what? So I know two of our practitioners are here tonight. Just want to give a shout out to Angelica Schaefer and Shelby Blake. I think if there are other pracs here that I don't see, just, say hi in the chat. But you guys know what we're talking about. And so these are some of the things that happen, there's Shelby, in our live practitioner trainings, which is part of our overall practitioner program. But live, we do this sometimes live in video, but we most often do it live in San Diego in our practitioner trainings. This year, practitioner training will also happen in New Jersey and in London, which is new for us. But these are some of the super fun things like a Cognomovement facelift. But let's talk about some of the other things that we don't talk about, the weird and the wonderful that happens in prac training, Bill.
Well, every practitioner training, the in-person portion of it, there are so many things that happen that you're just, they feel like just amazing transformations, physically and emotionally, and with cravings, so many things. But one just from the last time, there was one really comical one that was the funny one was a chocolate chip craving. Now, one of the practitioners had this incredible chocolate chip craving for their entire life, and now they're definitely middle aged, and they everywhere they go around the world when they travel, it's like get off the plane and get a chocolate chip cookie. There's, I gotta have one. And the person was like, it's just not healthy, this much chocolate chip cookies, but I love them. Well, anyway, it was so cool because we did the Cogno Movement session with her enjoying a chocolate chip cookie and doing the Cogno Movement. Anyway, it was hysterical because the first bite of it was like, oh my God, oh, this is like, oh, so good. And then 15 minutes later, it was like, oh my God, I don't want to put it in my mouth. And it also smells like poop.
Yeah. And then she said,
But
do you want it? It was so funny.
yeah, it's just, I mean, that, the whole, all the practitioners were laughing because it was so authentic. It wasn't like, it's not hypnosis. It wasn't like, trying to get somebody to convince them. All we were having her do was enjoy the cookie and do the Cogno. That was wonderful. There was another one that was really amazing about a more serious, a lifelong issue, Liz, that tell everybody about that.
Yeah, I will. But I just wanted to say about that. The fun of this is being in the room and all of these people that are your tribe. They're so like-minded, and they're there having this experience with you. And there's nothing like witnessing something like that firsthand when someone is like just salivating over the thing they love and you can just see their face light up. And then all of a sudden it turns and they're like, do you want it? And looking at the faces of the practitioners room, that is the most fun for me because the shock, even though some of them have experienced it for themselves, seeing it happen in session is just so much fun. But on a definitely more serious note, when we taught something that we call the square, and it's a newer discovery within the last 18 months or 2 years for Cogno Movement that has to do with peripheral vision. And there's a specific way that we use it and what it's intended for. Well, this is kind of the wild stuff that happens at training. So at one point, we showed the technique and the practitioners go off and actually try it on. Live training is about hands-on doing the thing. It's not a bunch of blah, blah, blah from me and Bill. There is some of that, but most of it is them trying it on. So we send them off with the square, and pretty soon Bill and I noticed something interesting, that people are doing the square in a way that we did not intend. Normally this is done, maybe about 2 feet to 3 feet from the body in the person's field. But all of a sudden, if people are way out, 6, 12 feet away using the square and having people activate their peripheral vision while they do it, we're like, wow, this is super interesting. Practitioners teach us something only every time. But what happened for multiple people, but one in particular, she said that in about a 10-minute session, that it cleared 40 years of trauma. There were 40 years of assaults that all of a sudden, she said, showed up in her field, in her peripheral vision, and then bang, collapsed. It was incredible. I mean, she was crying, her partner was crying, everybody's crying, but super, super profound. And for Bill and I, that's why this is so exciting, because what happens at trainings, what happens with our practitioners as they learn is surprising to us and often expands the work yet again. And that is what happened that day. It wasn't just the experience that she had that changed her life so amazingly. And if you want to hear that whole story on YouTube, it's Pam Mallow's story, Pam Isham Mallow, or Mallow Isham. On YouTube, you can see that whole story. But, it's one of those things, again, you look around the room and see everybody having this experience together. And that's even more profound to me. Don't you think, Bill, that having that experience together?
It is. I didn't ever think when all this started so many years ago with Liz and myself, I never entered my mind that there would be the camaraderie, the
Yeah.
kinship, the sisterhood. That's the only way to describe it. That's the
There
way.
are guys.
That,
It's not just the sisterhood. There are men.
well, there are some men. There are
Yeah.
some men. There are, uh, and uh, and but that it's like an incredible um, bond because they're all working together and they're helping each other and they're having fun together. It's like I'm not there. I'm not invited to the party. Their own parties, it's all staying together and having a great time. But it's like so good. And I guess the dynamics of what evolves because Cogno Movement's constantly evolving. Everybody that's here has the essentials program, but what you don't know is that there's this practitioner thing, and the practitioner thing is not just the essentials, like, hey, we're going to use essentials, to, it's like that much of what the practitioner program is. And today, Liz came up and she wanted to give everybody a gift out of the practitioner program, which I think everybody's going to love. This amazing ability, which uh, everybody's going to love.
Well, let's talk about where it comes from. It really comes from what's called the athletic performance part of Cognomovement, which encompasses a whole lot of things. And it's if you guys have had essentials, you work on emotional stuff, you work on issues like that or pain, things like that, relationships. But there's a way to use Cognomovement that actually changes the way the body moves. And we call it athletic performance, but it can be used for a wide range of things. And those are some of the things Leah says we can't talk about publicly because we're not doctors and we rarely play them on TV. But there's anywhere that the nervous system can be affected, this work affects it. So the facelift actually comes from that. We're going to change the nerves and how they're responding in the face. But there's so much deeper way to use it. And there was a story from this last practitioner training with one of the practitioners who her arms were numb and she had been a piano teacher. It was so important to her. And so she was a subject of one of the trainings. And tell everybody what happened.
This one literally brought the room to tears. This particular practitioner, you wouldn't have known it when you looked at her, but her arms were not only numb, but they were also in pain. So it's kind of this weird combination.
Yeah.
And for whatever 20, 25 years or something, had not played the piano because she couldn't. So anyway, the weird thing is, here's the weird thing. It's like mind blowing. Her husband, when she's away in San Diego, buys her a keyboard.
I forgot about that.
He buys her a keyboard and he takes a picture of it and he said, this is for you. When you come back, you're going to be able to play this. And freaking, makes me emotional. The how this happened, but there it was. And we did the session with her. There's a function that you have in your nervous system that you can have one part of the body teach the other part of the body from the nervous system, like, hey, this is the right way to behave. And we utilized the technique, and you're going to learn part of it tonight. So this gift that you're getting is what Liz is going to do, this facelift. It's related to that. We ended up turning on her arms, the pain and the numbness all transformed into her ability to move her arms as a normal human. And as she did this, all obviously the tears came, and then that phone came out, look at this, and she was able to move her fingers. And anyway, so this is a normal, as I like to say, just another day in the hood uh for us at the Cognomovement training. I get nothing. I'm street. I'm a little bit gangster.
Oh gosh. No.
Okay. All right. Oh,
Bill McKenna is street and gangster. I don't think so.
great street. So anyway, okay.
Wow.
But no, seriously, it was a lot of fun. It was unbelievable, and the room filled with tears for this practitioner, and you can see what a bonding event that was. But anyway, it was, you get the idea. There's more to the practitioner program, and it's a heck of a lot of fun. And anyway, an absolute joy.
Yeah, I mean, and so meaningful. I think so meaningful to her. And I want to say to you guys, it's not magic. I'm going to show you tonight how to do the facelift, but it's about turning on signals that the brain has sort of either forgotten about, got disconnected for some reason, got moved. So like a concussion, the brain will reroute around it. And then it forgets to reconnect things, or that's a big deal. A car accident that's not a head concussion, but a neurological concussion. Emotional traumas over time can cause these disconnections in the signal between our brain and body. And so what we teach in the athletic performance part is to reconnect the brain and the body. That's it. It's very, very simple, actually, but the results are profound.
And this, by the way, we don't treat any named disease of any kind, emotional or physical. This is building mental acuity and building physical performance. That's it. And it's as simple as that. We build back your performance. And Liz is going to build back your face performance today.
Yeah. So we just wanted to share with you guys what it's like being inside of a prac training and share some of the amazing stories and some of the fun that happens. I think that's one of the things you think about getting in a course and learning, and it seems maybe a lot of work or boring and dull. And there's nothing about this that is boring or dull. It's a surprise around every corner, and such a revelation. I think that's the funnest thing at training. It's such a revelation for people who are like, oh my God, we can do that. Yep, you can do that. And then they get the chance to actually hands-on do it. See the change in your partner at the live training, or learning it in the online trainings, and then going out and trying it. That part is so much fun. So let's get started. I know Leah has a quick message. My practitioners who are present, would you please put your information in the chat for everyone who's here so they know how to find you if they want to. And Leah, I know you had something else you wanted to share before we do the facelift. Don't let me forget, everybody, please take your picture. Take your picture before we do this. Take a quick selfie.
But first, let me take a selfie. You remember that song? Okay, so before we jump into the demo, let's pause for a minute. What you're about to see is going to look simple, and it is simple, but it's not basic, and it's not a trick, and it's definitely not just, that was nice. It's a glimpse into what happens when you change the signal and the problem just dissolves. So in this case, it's the facelift. This is what we train our practitioners to do. And if something in your body is lighting up right now, here's what you need to know. We are bypassing the application process for the practitioner certification program for the next 48 hours. You'll get a personal call to walk you through enrollment, and you'll get a Cogno Hour only bonus. I'll give you the details at the end. If you already know you're curious, drop your name in the chat. We'll reach out to you with next steps and a real conversation. There is no pressure, just possibilities. We always know that the people who are ready to join this program are really ready. So there's never any pressure to join, other than deadlines. That's pretty much it. And so remember that this isn't about diagnosing. This isn't about learning just another modality. This is about becoming someone who can walk into almost any situation and help create change at the root. One of the things we are not allowed to say basically in public. And we teach you how to do that. Our graduates have helped clients restore movement after years of pain, release trauma that's been worked on for decades, dissolve food addictions and deep-seated emotional patterns, and radically change the way they feel in their own bodies in one session. That is right. Most people that join the practitioner certification program join for their own personal transformation first. If you're wondering if that could be you, stay open. This next part might be the moment you know. So I will put the link in the chat and I will give it back to Liz and Bill.
All right. So you guys ready for this? Make sure you take your picture. We're going to do one side. So you take your picture and then, see what has happened to that side. And then you can do the rest on your own. So this requires 2 things. Is it 2 things or 3? I think it might be 3. So the first thing that happens when we're turning on nerves for movement in the body is physical stimulation. So, if we're doing fingers, we're going to provide stimulation to that finger. If it's the arm, they'll provide stimulation to the arm. What that means is we're pointing to the part of the body, giving the brain the information, like right here, body, here's what we're talking about. Now, you might be familiar with this if you've ever worked on pain in your body with Cognomovement, that you're really giving your attention to that part of the body that's uncomfortable. Well, and this is one of the things that you learn in practitioner training is that you can also provide a physical stimulus. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And we're going to be providing that physical stimulus with our fingers. We're also going to be utilizing our eye movements. So in Cognomovement, we often work physical stimulation on the side that we're trying to change, and we move the eyes to the other side. So in this case, what we're going to be doing is moving our eyes on the opposite side. I'm going to work on my right. We're going to move our eyes to the left from about the shoulder here, all the way up over the head here, and all the way in between. And you want to give a really good stretch on this side. Now you can use your ball if you're so coordinated. And for some people, it really helps to have a focal point. Otherwise, you'll cheat and your brain will wander off somewhere. So you can use the ball, and so it'll look like this: physical stimulation and movement of the ball. We want you to really stretch your eyes because we want access to a part of the brain that doesn't get used that much. And this part of our vision, way over here, rarely gets used. So we want to access parts of the brain that'll be like, hey, I'll take that over. I'm willing. And move away a little bit from the nerves that are like, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm bored and tired, right? So we're going to give more access to more parts of the brain that are willing to take over while we create the stimulation. So is that 3 things or 2 things? I don't know. All right. So the first thing is you're going to choose the part of your face to work on. And we're going to work in 3 areas. We're going to work here, we're going to work here, and we're going to work here. Okay. So all the while that you're doing this, you don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to overexert. This is literally the body will respond to this movement, right? Here you go, body. Here you go. Here you go. Ready? So let me show you what this looks like. And I want you to do it so that you see your own results. Okay. So the first one is for us ladies, Bill. This area right here is a part that kind of gets a little saggy that we don't like, right in this area. So what I'm going to do is simply do a little pinch and wiggle like this. Just a little pinch and wiggle up, and then run my thumb up like this. Okay. So let's start. Bring that ball, or, just if you're looking over here, and you're just going to pinch and wiggle and let your eyes really stretch. Now, the layered on, this is my third thing, is a big deep breath and an actively relax, deeply relax into the body. Good. See my shoulders just drop? Okay. Move up a little bit and move up the jawline just a little. Big deep breath. Relax into the body. Good. Move up just a little more and move up the cheek a little. Really make those eyes stretch. Don't cheat. Big deep breath. Relax the body. Good. Up about eyebrow now. Kind of move that pinch up a little bit here. Big deep breath. Good. And all the way up. This is a big stretch for your eyes. Big deep breath. Move up right in front of your ear. Big deep breath. Bring that ball back down and relax, and then just run that thumb up the jawline. Hold it for a sec. Let's roll our eyes straight up. Big deep breath. And relax. Now you may notice that I'm creating a little jiggle, and that's a good way to do it too. There you go. Let it go and just let your eyes rest and your head rest. Now, this is hard to teach and do at the same time. I hope you guys appreciate that. But it also is weirdly tiring because we are accessing part of the brain that we're not used to. And the brain's like, what's going on here, right? So let yourself rest. Deeply rest. Let your head rest, let your eyes rest. Good. What you're looking for in the resting part is just for everything to sort of feel like it drops and settles, and then go again. So the next area is right in here, in this area. And we're going to do the same to start. We're just going to pinch and wiggle and move up the cheek. Ready? Same side, same process. Ready? Actively relax, stretch the eyes. Good. Keep moving up. Now, what I want to hear on that out breath is my eyes to stretch a little further. So if you get a little distracted, just reset. Keep moving up. Good. When you get at the top, bring the ball straight up. Little wiggle, pointer finger. Excellent. And let yourself rest. Really good. Now, while you're resting, give me a thumbs up if you want me to take this to the next level. Yeah? All right. Okay, here's what we're going to do. You need 2 hands for this. All right, so this one is fun, and actually it's super useful for opening and draining your sinuses. It's great for opening your eustachian tube, but it's really great for giving yourself a facelift. Ready? So what you're going to do is you're going to, with your opposite hand, you're going to feel around your cheekbone here. And you're going to notice there might be a little sore spot. Like mine is right here, just a little sore spot. And with your thumb, you want to get up under that cheekbone. Okay. And then you're going to find the inside of your ear right here, create a little hook. Got somebody joining. Create a little hook up here. And you might even notice there's a soreness here as well. And you can use that if you do. But you're going to create a little hook. Okay. Now, What happens with this is, and watch me for a sec, I'm going to push and pull at the same time and roll my eyes. So watch me first. It looks like this. Big deep breath in. Let my eyes roll up and then just slightly to the side. And deep breath out, push and pull. Good. And what it feels like is just a gentle slide. Again, be very gentle with yourself. So ready? We'll do it together. Find your sore spot. Find your hook. Ready? Big deep breath in. Roll your eyes up and just to that eyebrow. Ready? Big deep breath out and pull and push. And relax. You might have felt this in the whole side of your face. You might have felt it in your neck. You're just gently stretching and pulling that upward and opening your jawbone, your cheekbones. What happens is we get compressed, we get tight. Somebody told me yesterday, oh, I felt a relief in my face, which is where I normally hold my energy. We do. Our faces get tight, we clench. This gently provides an opening. So you can go even a little deeper. So move up a little or down a little, just where that cheekbone, you might find a little soreness, can be here, can be here. And a big deep breath in. Eyes up, roll just slightly to the side and release and push and pull. You want to really actively relax your neck and shoulders and then let that down. It actually feels great to most people. And you can actually see my face. Look how much higher this cheekbone is now than this one. Even in my smile, you can see it.
Hold on. You just relax. Hold on. Everybody on has to look at this. Look at how distorted one side, the side that Liz just worked on, and the other side.
Yeah.
That, I mean, does any human is like, oh wait, they're off. Obviously you're going to do both sides, but my gosh, isn't that amazing?
Well, and yeah, and you'll notice that it's not just my cheekbone. Look at this eye, how much more open it is. So, we're actually making a little bit of movement in that facial structure. Yes, Leah, may I help you?
I just wanted to acknowledge somebody asked Marie asked in the comments, for the exercise you were doing with the ball. Should the ball be in your eyes, periphery, or full vision? So I just wanted
full vision for this one. And with that being said, you can play with it in periphery too. But for this one, we're actually moving the muscles. Okay. You're actually releasing the muscles in the eyes and in the face. So for that, we want to move them. We really want to move those muscles. Okay. So this can also be done here in this part with a lift as well. I'm not going to show you that one. It's a little more complicated, but let's do here. Okay, ready? So with this one, we're going to start at the corner of the eye. And you can actually start in farther if you want, but I usually start about here. And we're going to provide stimulation up this way into the hairline. Then you can also do it back this way over the ear. So let's go this way first, and then we'll go this way next. Ready? So grab your ball. And we're going to start here. Big deep breath. Actively relax your body, stretch your eyes. Just a little press and wiggle. Move up a little with the ball. Keep moving back. Keep going. All the way up over the head. Straight up, move the eyes up, big deep breath, roll the eyes, and relax the body. Now, remember, you guys, that the muscles that hold your face up extend all the way up and around your head. So doing this and giving that stimulation all the way up into the hairline and back is really a great thing to do. So if you have some time and want to do more of that, that's a good thing to do. So let's go up this way. Ready? Big deep breath. Relax the body, providing a little stimulation. You can use all fingers if you want to once you get up into the hairline. All the way up over the head, big deep breath. Roll the eyes, relax. Great. Now with this one, if you want to, you can use all fingers at the same time if you want to speed things up a little bit. I tend to like to do a little at a time because I'm kind of coaxing the muscles in my brain to move in this upward fashion, but you could use all of them at the same time as well. All right, so just to show you guys that this is not a parlor trick, I'm going to actually do this side and so you can see the difference. Ready?
Before you start, Liz, just let everybody see. Let's just look at this. Look at that. Look at that. And for everybody, this is a great time to take a selfie of yourself. Okay.
Yeah. Take a look and notice what your own face looks
one
like.
selfie, so we get a halfway done, one halfway done, so you kind of have some perspective.
But we're only going to do half though, because that's all we have time for. Everybody's going to have to do the other side on their own. But I'm going to do this side. You can do it along with me if you want. I just want you to do this part so that you can tell it's not a parlor trick and that I'm actually going to lift this part of my face. So now I want to move my eyes to the opposite side again. And I'm going to find my little source. You may not have a sore spot too. So if not, usually just in this general area, so you can get a nice little lift. Ooh, I do have a sore spot. Okay, ready? And I'm going to find my hook on this side here. I'm also going to just feel around and see if I have a sore spot. I do, corresponding sore spot. Ready? Big deep breath. I'm going to roll my eyes up into the side just a little. Breathe out, push and pull. Roll the eyes up and relax. Wow, I got a lot of movement on that one. Dang, that feels good. Okay, just notice I'm closer, right? You can see the difference. Here's my little markers. Okay, ready? I'm gonna go again. And I want you to pay attention to my eyeball as well. Ready? I'm gonna go up a little higher this time in my ear. And you may be noticing that your face and your ear is hot. That's normal. Ready? Big deep breath. And release. And remember to rest. I mean, that rest period is huge. On that one, I could really feel everything open. So notice my eyes, see how much more open it is now? And my cheeks are more even. Everybody's a little different left and right, that's true, but you could see like I had a big difference and I haven't even done the rest of it. But this is something that you can play around with. You can use, do for your eyebrow lift, this way. Let's try that one real quick. Same side, let's do this side. Ready? Make sure I stretch my eyeball. Now, I already have pointy eyebrows, but look at how much higher this one is now. fun? Let's do this one quick. Ready? Okay, did I get it? Am I even, Bill?
Yes. Yes. Wow. Oh
Isn't
my
this
gosh.
fun?
Isn't it so cool to see this live? I mean, if if anybody said it, that hey, you can give yourself a facelift, like this, you wouldn't have believed it. It's just impossible. Look at her face. It's impossible. That is amazing. That is amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's really, really fun. Take for everybody else, this is a great time to take your picture again. Take a selfie again. Now, you haven't completed the full thing, but at least it's a checkpoint for you.
Yeah, you want to see, your sides, because you want to show yourself what is different. And I want to say that, like, in training, what would happen is I would teach everybody, or probably there'd be an example. So someone would get a facelift by me, and then you would go do it for each other. And it is so much fun. The laughter in the room that happens doing a facelift, it's incredible. It's so, so joyful. A couple of teaching moments. Why do we move our eyes from low to high? Well, this is the way our nervous system creates changes. And actually, you may think it's nothing. It's a real session. I mean, I'm burping like I'm having a real session. It really does change your neurology. It downregulates your nervous system. It brings blood to the face. It activates the brain. So it's actually a real Cogno movement session. But the reason that we move through this pattern is multifold, which is everything in Cogno movement. There's so many things you're doing at once. But one is, this is the way that the body moves through its own neural patterns: kinesthetic, auditory, visual, ideas and inspiration. So, hey body, here's what we're doing. Hey logical mind, let's make the calculation. Hey, what else is possible happens way up here. So new ideas, new things. We just stimulate, the natural pattern. But the other part is that we are moving eye muscles. We are stretching our eye muscles, which gives us more access to our own visual reference and more access to the brain. So you're moving through the files of the brain. You're stretching and providing oxygen to the muscles. In this case, we're actually moving the bones of our head a little bit, stretching and growing. So whenever we're doing one small thing in Cogno movement, we're always doing about 5 other things at the same time. So that's the beauty of it. So I know Leah has a little quick message for you. And then if you have a little Q&A on this after, please start putting your questions in the chat, and we'll have a chance to answer just a few of them before we have to go for tonight.
I have to unmute myself. All right. So notice this is like super fun, first of all. But also notice what else shifted for you. What else felt possible? Did you get any kind of ideas while you were doing this? Or just did you feel really good, really somebody said, this gave me a massive tingle. If you felt a glimpse of that, it's not the whole story. Remember that this is just the beginning. This is just a little glimpse of the kinds of things that you can change and you can do with Cogno Movement and in the Practitioner certification program. It's the same kind of thing that you learn inside the program, it's comprehensive. It's a deeply supported path to learning how to read the body like a map, change patterns at the neurological root, work with clients in real time to dissolve the signal keeping them stuck. And what makes this program different on top of this highly effective thing that we're doing is that you're mentored directly by Bill and Liz. You also get a personal mentor for the first 3 months of your training. You get support from real humans. It's not just videos. And you join a family of practitioners who are actually doing this work and evolving it every day. This program is the most VIP level support that you can get from anybody, but in this program as well, in Cognomovement as well. Some join the program for their business, some join for their own healing. Most people join for both, and they leave with tools they'll use for life. If that sounds like something you want, here's what to do. Go to cognomovement.com/become the change. I'll put it in the chat as well. Our next in-person training is in London, June 4th through 6th. If you want to join that, you have to join before the end of this month. Enrollment also closes at the end of the month, and Essentials is a prerequisite, but you can complete it before the end of the month. And we really want you to have that experience and know that Cognomovement works for you before you join. This is a high-level training for people who are ready to help others at a level they didn't think was possible. And if that's you, drop your name in the chat. Actually, message me privately. We will get you scheduled for a call, and we'll get you started. If you've done all the other things and nothing has worked for you the way that you hoped, this is going to be the thing behind the thing. And we would love to have you. So the San Diego training is going to be September. I will get you the dates. They're also on this page. It's cognomovement.com/become the change. Somebody asked in the comments. And get that started. There's going to be a list of people wanting to get phone calls. So make sure you get on there and get on a call with me. The other thing I want to say, because I know we're going into a Q&A, and I think this is a question that somebody kind of asked already, is how long do the results usually last? So when you're doing Cognomovement, it already does a facelift for you. It lasts as long as you're doing Cognomovement and beyond that, because the change is lasting for Cognomovement. But it's funny. I was thinking about this while you guys were doing the exercise, which is, some people might say like, oh, it's kind of vain. Why do I want a facelift? Like, I'm beautiful the way that I am. And you're beautiful the way that you are. And your stress, your overwhelm, and your trauma is a mask on your face. And so if you want the true beauty of yourself, on top of all of the problems that you're going to solve doing Cognomovement, you'll get a facelift naturally. But if you want this, you learn how to do it in the practitioner training, and you've learned a piece of it now. So I thought that was a good point to make. And I would love to have more of your questions. Bill and Liz, take it away from here.
Well, first I want to say, I don't know where Bill went. There he is. First, I want to say that this is one of the weird phenomenon. There's so many weird phenomenons with Cognomovement, but this is one of the one that Bill and I started to notice right away, is how people start to look younger. Angelica's with us. She's one that every time we see her, we're like, oh my gosh, you look 10 years younger. And she really, really does. One of our practitioners, Coral, started to look like a teenager again. And she looks really young anyway, but there is this natural expansion of the face that happens, broadening, that tightening down I was telling you, with tension and stress and biting your clenching your jaw. All of that tends to age us and narrow down our face. So this natural broadening happens. And here's the bottom line. When you have less energy going to neurological patterns of problems in your past, injuries, trauma, you have, which way did I say this? Those gobble energy. When you have less of those, you have more energy for healing. And aging is little injuries to the face. And so your body just naturally has more energy to heal those things. And you just tend to look younger, you look healthier. So how long does the facelift last? Like Leah's right about this. The more you're doing Cogno movement, the kind of fresher and younger you look. But this one, that's hard to say. The effect of it lasts, quite a while. I mean, weeks, I guess. But what would bring it back again, because we have so much movement in our face, is, are we overtired? Do we get tension? We start to look stressed again. So, you would want to practice this on a regular basis to be aware. Am I pulling my eyes down? Am I frowning? Am I clenching? That sort of stuff. So that's a hard question to ask, but, as long as you are not stressed and out of tension and all of that the results last, because it's your brain actually sending a new signal to that area of your face.
There's something really super interesting. Liz was activating the nervous system. The nerves in your face were getting active, and they had not been really stimulated. And so Liz is stimulating them, and the part of the brain that's responsible for really contracting those muscles, and to pulling it up in the way that, you had before. But there's something really, an extra gift that you probably aren't aware of yet. And I'll tell you about the opposite. Years ago, women and men started getting Botox in their face. And all of a sudden, they realized that these people were getting off their antidepressants. And it was like, well, that's awful strange. Why is that? Well, it turns out one of the things we know with Cogno movement is, in order to have a feeling, you must tense a muscle. And there are specific muscles that you tense, and it corresponds to a feeling. Everybody knows this. If you see a person like this, oh, they're happy. Something good just happened. Or something else, everybody knows this. Well, anyway, with this, you've activated different parts of your face. It becomes better emotions become available because you're actually beginning to move those parts.
That is a weird equal and opposite action that happens. But I want to share something with you guys that's actually a little deeper, more serious. There are conditions in which people lose nerve contact on one side of their face. And there are many reasons for that. You can imagine what some of them are. Some of them are brain injuries and brain anomalies. But utilizing some of these same methods, it is possible to help that person reconnect those nerves. So I worked with a person. This is one of the most poignant. It may seem silly, oh, it's facelift, but I got a call from a good friend who is a physical therapist whose mother-in-law had a stroke. And she was in a nursing home and couldn't leave that one until she had a swallow reflex back. Well, what is a swallow reflex? You ever thought about it? Most people haven't. But watch my face when I do it. We have to actually activate the muscles here to push our tongue up and to activate this here. So there's a series of little muscle movements that create a swallow reflex. So I used exactly what I just showed you. We worked under a little bit and all in this area, really not for very long because she couldn't work for long. She was quite elderly and also quite affected by the stroke and things. And within about 20 minutes, she had her swallow reflex back and she got to leave that nursing home. So it's not just for fun, it's important to be able to learn how to change the signal in a body that dramatically. Now, I know some of you are thinking, well, if you can do that, yeah, whatever you're thinking, yes, that's true too.
And again, this is athletic performance, turning on nerves. It's a natural function in your body. And today, you literally just saw it live, and you did it on yourself. This is something as a practitioner you can start helping people with, and it seems almost miraculous. But it's and by the way, I just want to, for those of you that are sitting there, thinking, God, wow, this is mind blowing. This is but one of like 100 mind blowing things that you've never heard of that are part of the program.
Hey, Bill, we have just a couple questions. Go ahead, Lee.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay.
Usually they start to panic when they see my face because that means it's time to go. But these questions, Tasha's asking I hope I'm saying that right, is asking the best questions. And they're my favorite questions. So some of my favorite questions. Do we continue to receive assistance once we've completed training? This is not like other trainings. You absolutely receive assistance once you've completed training. You stay in our practitioner community, and you continue to be able to come to our live trainings. We have advanced trainings, that kind of stuff. And it's important to know, it's important to us that you stay in the community. It's important to us that you continue to get support. We not only offer affiliate programs and all of that stuff so that while you're in the training, you can make money while you're in the training and afterwards as well. We invite you, once you're a certain level of practitioner, we invite you to actually support and come and work at some of our events if you choose to. There are things that we do, like if you've seen our Gaia episodes with Colby, Colby was a certified practitioner, and Colby needed help with the people that she works with, and so Liz actually flew out and assisted her in coming up with very specific Cognomovement techniques for these very specific people. So do you get support after you complete training? Absolutely. And the other question is there an annual license fee to continue being a practitioner? Absolutely not. We do not make you pay extra to continue being a practitioner. The only thing that we ask you to do is stay active in the community, stay active in the updates. When you become a practitioner, you get the updated new trainings. You get to continue to come to the recorded trainings as well. So you get updated when there's something new. You get to be the first people who get to try the new things. So it's really important to us, more than anything, that you stay active in our community, because you are representing us as practitioners and you are being the miracle workers in the Cognomovement team. So the only fees after becoming a certified practitioner, the only thing that you would have to pay after that is when you join the program, you get to come to 2 live in-person trainings. Once you, if you want to come to more, there's a very small fee to basically pay for your catering, because we cater to the event and your spot there. It's a very small fee to do that. And then advanced training. If you want to do level 2, if you want to do a niche specific thing, advanced training is a fee as well. But there are not any extra fees to come to the live training that's required, to come to the recorded trainings, to stay in the community, all of that stuff. So.
About support too, quite recently, something Bill did was dig in and create research for some of our practitioners who have very specific niches that needed to have that research to give to their population. So, and then Shelby brought up a really good point. You have the whole practitioner community, and everybody trades with everybody around the world. You literally could have unlimited sessions. Now you have to be willing to give them back, but we get to see people post in the forum about the incredible things practitioners do for each other. It's amazing. It's really an amazing thing. Ambika asks, what do we do with the lower under here? And it's really the same. you're going to provide that stimulation. With this one, you're going to move the eyes upward. Big deep breath, let the eyes roll up as you relax, and move slightly left and right, because you want to create stimulation in the muscles and in the skin. And again, remember, all we're ever trying to do is to create more connection between the brain and this area, which is going to bring more blood flow, more oxygen, and really just more of the body's attention. Let's see.
The other question that I don't know if you missed it because it was in another comment is, can it help with dizziness and losing balance?
Actually, why don't you answer that, Bill? That's a really good question.
Hey, so this is a really great one. The vestibular system is the system that's all responsible for that. And there's part of the exercises and like dizziness, oh my gosh, spinning, there's these different ways that we utilize Cognomovement for spinning. And it's very interesting because you can actually work on this and get it better. It is a real functional aspect to Cognomovement that you can do. It has everything to do. I could go on, but there's anyway. The short answer, yes.
Yeah, and actually, your basic essentials, that left and right brain harmonization, that alone can help with balance and dizziness. So, yeah, that's a really great question.
It really is, and there's a bunch of techniques. Again, they're in the practitioner program. There's a lot more of the advanced stuff, but even doing the basics will help to have an effect.
Yeah, Tosh asked us their support, their assistance in supporting business. There really is. It's not our focus. We're not, we don't have a business program. However, in the Practitioners Forum, we offer all kinds of ways to get a business started, lots of tips. In there, we had a whole class where we invited business professionals in. We're constantly answering that question, how to create packages. Leah's great at supporting with how to create technical things that you want. We give you our flyers, our logos, and as we update, we update you as well. So again, while we don't have a specific business program, we do help people get started. And a lot of our mentors actually do help with building your business. So your mentor will share with you how they built theirs and what they're doing and what they're using and that sort of thing. So yeah, and the answer is yes.
Another thing we also do, like I kind of mentioned earlier, is that we have an affiliate program. So if you have people who are interested in this program and they join, we share with our practitioners everything. So we have the affiliate program for our courses and our practitioner program and all of our events. If you become a practitioner and you're interested, a lot of times we pay our practitioners, like I said, to come and help at our events as well. So not only do we have those business tips for you, but we also support you financially if you want it.
I think that's a great point. When Bill and I were building the practitioner program, this was one thing that was really important to Bill, especially that if a person came into our program, theoretically, they could pay for their whole training with our affiliate program. So if you refer someone to our business, to Cognomovement, you get a portion of that sale, like only every time. There's a specific way you have to do it, but it is possible. It's possible for a person to pay for their whole training that way. Some people are really great at it. Other people aren't interested in it, but it's there. It's available. All right, we are over time, Bill. We probably should go. Any last thoughts before we leave?
Well, thank you all for being here today, and love to see you join the program. The changes that you make for yourself and mostly you're being a force multiplier out there, helping, even if it's your family, even, if there's people who have joined and the most important thing is their son or daughter, that they end up helping in ways that were just impossible before. So anyway, we're really looking forward to meeting you and to taking the journey with you.
Yeah, I mean, we really would love to welcome you to our family of practitioners. And as you can tell, there's a lot of serious things that can be done with this work, but we have a heck of a lot of fun.
That is true. Just a reminder to everybody, if you did not get a chance to message me, please email me at info@cognomovement.com. Remember that there is a deadline to enroll, so make sure that you get a hold of me for that. And just know that at Cognomovement, there are so many more miracles that we can't talk about online. And those are the secrets that you're going to learn in the practitioner program. Things like, is it possible for Liz to do a session with somebody with cerebral palsy and that walks with sticks and she can walk without them and not fall? I don't know. Maybe. Do we have it on film? I don't know. Maybe. Are there other miracles that we can do? Absolutely. They're not really miracles though. It's just cogno movement and you will learn how to do those things. So if you have any questions, email us at info@cognomovement.com. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being willing to do the work today. And we will see you in the program.
See you soon. Bye. Send us pictures of your new face. Bye.